Hey y'all, so I got a word about kingdom marriages, prophetic word, basically a rhema word for all the marriages that God is bringing past, okay? And not just marriages, but I'm not a hand talker, but not just marriages, but really a lot of things that He's marrying in the spirit and the natural. Like when I say marry, I'm thinking about talking about things that He's bringing together from you know how they be like, what's happening? Things already done in the spirit. It got to catch up to the natural. All those things are catching up right now, suddenly. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna just run straight through this one. But okay, so two words, two parts of a word, but the gist is basically reconciliation, restoration, suddenly, and like a prodigal son type of deal too. So basically, the first part is about the movie Click by Adam Sandler, right? And if you haven't seen that movie before, I don't really want to ruin it, but it's kind of an old movie. But basically, in Click, I've seen it before, but it's God had me watch it again. And basically, it's just about a man who, you know, he's trying to get ahead in life. He's trying to take care of his family. He's trying to do all these things to make ends meet, but also hurrying up. Like he's trying to hurry up and everything. He's trying to fast forward through life. He's trying to hurry up and get to promotion. Hurry up and get to being a millionaire. Hurry up and get to all these things, right? Just, the world standards of being wealthy and all that, all that. So basically, God had me watch that because he's like, okay, this is the heart of his sons who've kind of been trying to delegate things in their life when God is telling them to surrender, right? And basically, and God saying surrender, He I just need y'all to chill. Let me do what only I can. But people are impatient. We live in a microwave society, so it's to be expected. But anyways, that was weird. But anyways, it's more or less so many people think that money and status and all those things equate to being a man of God or a man after God's own heart, when in reality, God is love, and you got the fruits of the spirit: peace, patience, kindness, goodness, long suffering, all that. It's scriptures about in Galatians, but neither here nor there. Basically, it's okay. So back to the movie. He goes through life and he gets a remote, a universal remote, and this remote starts to control everything around him. He can pause his family, he can fast forward his family. He wanted to get through a dinner quickly, he didn't want to interact with his family, so he fast forwarded a chapter, you know what I'm saying? And basically, the person who sold him the remote, an angel, he sold him the remote, and he basically told him the remote is programmed to whatever you do. So say once he skipped a meal with his family, it just kind of programmed it to skip meals with his family. And when he got into arguments, he always tried to fast forward his arguments, so he would miss. He didn't even know what the argument was about, but the argument, an argument from Tuesday, could have had him going into he could have just not came back into until a year from then. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with his job. It was he was gonna get a promotion, so he hurried up and did what he had to do. And his boss was I'm gonna promote you, but not yet. You gotta do some more stuff. And it's just he what? So he did the more stuff, and it's but that time still passed. It was years, 10 years had passed, 15 years, 20 years. His kids are getting married. At first his wife was trying to work things out with him, but then his wife was just she moved on, and it just so happened to be was his son's swim coach. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that he didn't even like. And on top of that, it's his kids grew up, his son got married, his father had passed away, all these things had taken place, and it's just, and his wife had been married, obviously, but it was every time he came to, he was just wait, how am I getting further and further away from what I actually wanted? What I wanted was to be successful. What I wanted was to be a good father. What I wanted was to be a good man, good this, good that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had good intentions. His heart was in the right place, but he was trying to do it out of his own, own understanding, you know? And God is like, lean not on your own understanding, but in always acknowledge me, and I will make your path straight. In other words, God is a God who can do the supernatural whenever he wants to, however he wants to. It's his, however he see fit. But in that instance, he didn't understand that. And at this point, it didn't matter because now the remote is on auto play. You know what I'm saying? Auto skip, auto whatever. And he couldn't go backwards. So, long story short, y'all watch the movie. It's a good movie. It made me cry. But, it's like, long story short, what happened? Basically, like, he's at his son's wedding and he's dancing with his wife, his ex-wife, and his daughter calls her stepdad, dad, and it just like gives him, he has a heart attack, like, and then it's like he had gained weight. It was just like his health had gotten into bad conditions. He wasn't taking care of himself, and like, I mean, I ain't in the best shape of myself. I got goals to reach, but it's like, it was like he neglected it because he was trying to hurry up and get somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he neglected himself to the point where he had health issues, then he had health surgery, weight loss surgery, or whatever. He had the surgery, got the weight off. Fast forward, so again, and he had cancer. They found out he had cancer, and he got the chemo, got rid of the cancer. But again, that his daughter calling the father, what is it? The stepdad, dad, is sent him to a cardiac arrest. And like at this point, he's like old and gray, and his kids are grown. His wife, his ex-wife, is like, everybody got gray hair. They all getting old, whatever. And it's like his son and his daughter come visit, and it's like, it excites him. Like, you know, he's like, they're like, are you okay? Like, we've been worried about you and stuff like that. And like his daughter reminded him, like, Dad, you promised me that you'll be here until you were like, well, what did he say, 200? And he was like, you know, like he tried, but then they were like, his machine started making noise, so they were like, you know what, y'all gotta go, have a good night, whatever. And he's just like, no, like, I'm done giving up, I'm done not fighting for my family, I'm done not fighting for the people I love. And so he gets up out the bed, and then like the doctor or whatever is like, you can't get out of bed, and you know, Adam Sandler's funny, so he made it funny. But the fact of the matter is, he went outside and it was raining, and then like the angel was like, you don't have to go like this, you don't have to die like this, you can stay in here, you can get healed, you can, you know what I'm saying, or not healed, but you know, you can get better, and then whatever. He's like, no, I gotta go now. So then he goes outside and he's trying to get his kids' attention, and they're like all the way on the other side of the parking lot. So he like running and can't breathe, barely can talk, like, it's not funny, but it's like he was wheezing. Oh, my nose itching, Lord. It's like he was wheezing and he was just like struggling to get to him, but like he called out his kid's name and they were getting in the car, and then he like calls his son. The son finally hears him and he falls on the ground, and then like he's like, you know, last breath, last words. And it's like when he talks to his son, because his son was saying like he was gonna postpone his honeymoon for work, because that's what Adam Sandler's character did. He postponed family time all the time for work. So he got outside and he was like, no, go on your honeymoon, love your wife, family first. And he's like, okay, family first, because at this point, they know he's about to die. So then the daughter's right there, and he's like, you know, I forgot what he said to her, but basically, like, he didn't live to 100, 200, but he loved her. And then, like, he gave a thumbs up and a middle finger to the stepdad or whatever. And then to his wife, he was like, he had like a slogan that they had when they were younger. It was like, will you still love me in the morning? And then she was like, forever and never, babe, right? And then like the scene is, you know, he dies, whatever. And then it's like when he dies, he wakes up, and it just so happened that he just fell asleep in the store, and that was all a dream. And then he goes home, or he goes to his dad, because his dad had died, right? And he saw his dad, and he realized he was a jerk to his dad. And, yeah, no. So, it's so long. He goes to his dad, and he's like, Dad, I love you. I want to spend time with you. I want you to come over every night, this, that, the third. Then he goes home, he wakes up his family, and the trip that he canceled, he's like, nope, the trip is back on. Forget that job. If you want me to quit, I'll quit. Like, everything's gonna work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did not care. Like, now he's like, I see what's really important now. and I got a second chance, right? So basically, I say all that to say God is a redeemer and a restorer of time, and it's like, even though that was a movie, that's the reality of how fast God can move. God can do suddenly things, right? He can change your life today, tomorrow, whenever He feels like it. And that's not to say, like, don't put God on the clock, don't put Him on the box, because just don't. Let God be God and you be you, and just keep the faith that He's going to do what He said He would. And I know, like I said, this is a movie, but the reality is some of us need to wake up to the fact that we only have one life to live. You only get so many years to exist, so many years to be, so many years to create, so many years to love. Don't take for granted the things that are right in front of you. Don't take for granted the people who are there for you, that support you, and don't misuse the ones who actually love you. You know what I'm saying? And ask God to give you discernment for the ones who abuse that love that you give, you know. And I would just say take life in its fullness, in the joy of it, and allow God to be the one who orders your steps. Don't try to fast forward through life. Don't try to take shortcuts. Don't do anything that is not honorable to get where you need to be, okay? Because God is too good for you to be out here trying to shortcut, and don't do it. Just don't do it, because you might wake up one day and realize you wasted so much time trying to get ahead, and it's like you didn't get ahead, you didn't get anywhere. You feel me? Okay, that's that one. So wake up to yourself. Ask the Lord to wake you up. Lord, I'm afraid. Holy Spirit, wake everybody up who need to be awake. Okay, amen. And the second part, I don't know, I might be able to squeeze it in here. Oh, it's 11:44, John 11:44. Lazarus, come out. Oh my God, thank you, Lord. He said, wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay, and my time is running out, so I gotta try to make this as quick as I can. But the song "Home" by Big X, The Plug, and Shabuzi. Basically, I don't really get into secular music anymore. I'm like, I just ain't nothing wrong. Well, that's neither here nor there. God can use anybody and put it like that. And I really feel like sometimes these artists, indirectly but directly, they be speaking biblical truths, okay? So with this one, this biblical truth is like a prodigal, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a prodigal, you always want to go to your father first. Like, the Lord is the one that you always return to first. And everything else is what follows suit when you allow God to be God and He orders your steps. You know what I'm saying? So once you give your heart back to God, everything else aligns. And you not only go home to God, you go home to everything He's called you to. And for a lot of these people, a lot of these men, their hearts are being called back to their wives, their God-ordained spouses, the wife that God found for them. You know what I'm saying? They're getting their heart's desires. Okay, let's get into the song real quick. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be looking down real quick. So it says, the last thing you'll see is smoke as I'm moving on. You took all the love I gave and left me alone. I'm traveling on this road. I'm somewhere far from home. I put in all I had and I paid every daggone, because toll. I'm gonna try to make it off of this, right? Just running off fumes, constantly trying to live off of what man thinks is right, and not what God already said. Okay. Highway, oh, won't you take me home for a minute? I swear it won't be long. Highway, oh, won't you take me home for a minute? It's lonely on the road. It is lonely on the road when you're trying to be God, follow God, and tell God what to do. That road ain't for nobody, because you're not gonna get nowhere, because God is God and He knows what He's doing. And that's kind of like, it's giving prodigal vibes. Just wait. So he says, I've been lost on this highway trying to figure out my life on this road. Poop. I lost all the love that I had in my soul, trying to chase everything that was shiny and gold. Run away from my problems. I know now I'm stuck on this highway with nowhere to go. Because it's like, that's the thing about people, not just men. Like, let me make that clear, men and women. But a lot of people, they chase things to fill a void, and it's like, you can't fill a void with world. You know what I'm saying? The world is not who created you. God created you. And when you try to fill your soul with temporary things or temporary treasures or worldly treasures, you're always going to feel empty. You're always going to be running on E. cup empty, not even half empty, but it's going to be empty because you're trying to fill it with nothing. Like, what the world gives you, what the world give you, it has no permanence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just frivolous. Okay? And don't be fooled by, like, I understand, like, they say money can't buy you happiness, but it can get you pretty close. But it's like, the reality is, sure, having money is a splendid thing. But when you are alone and your heart posture ain't right, it's not going to get you nowhere. You can't take that money with you. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, what is saying? I wonder if I call back, will I get to come home? If I promise to right everything that I wrong, but this road kind of bumpy, tank on E in my bank, acting funny. All those times you had told me you love me. This is where it's like the prodigal. When you, okay, it's both to God and to the prodigal spouse. I mean, the spouse, wife or husband. Because, if you a woman, you coming home, your husband, he waiting for you. But this context is the man saying to the woman, right? He's saying, like, because the Lord said he would turn the hearts of men back to him. And in turning their hearts back to him, like I said, they're going to be going to the right place, the right direction. They're going back to God. They're going back to what God has for them. So basically, he's saying, like, can I come back? You know what I'm saying? Can I come home? Can I come home? I love you, and can I come home? And it's like, the fact of the matter is, sometimes people feel like love is not enough, and they're afraid that if they try, they'll get shut down. And the reality is, when God is in it, can't nobody separate it. It's typically the person is waiting on God, and in turn waiting on that person to come home, because it's like, yo, God already told me, and I know he told you, but don't be scared. Sometimes people are afraid that if they step out on faith that they'll get rejected, and it's like, God does not give us a spirit of fear. Yes, fear is a real emotion, but it's like God overcame fear with perfect love. It casts out fear. I think that's 1 John 14:20 or something like that, or 14. I'll find it. But basically, like, yeah, like, this person is done. They're done being out here in this world. They're done chasing things that never pour into them. They're done with that. They're like, nothing else will ever work, because God is the key. And then when God is put in his rightful place, then they can attain and be who they're supposed to be, and it changes the whole world, because everybody has purpose. Okay, I gotta hurry up. He said, I tripped out. I see why you call me a dummy. Now I'm stuck in the worst space. Shouldn't have played with your heart in the first place. Yes, I still do remember our first date. Had you smiling like it was your birthday, but I must say, and they say, highway, oh, won't you take me home for a minute, the chorus. But basically it's saying, like, some of these people, they're returning, right? They're returning home. They're returning to somebody. Like, some people, like, it's gonna be you coming together with a new person. Like, not the people that God already told you, but like people that you never met your spouse before, and God is like, I'm about to send your spouse to you. But this part is especially for the ones that's like, you have been through hellish seasons with your sibling, like your God ordained spouse, like to the point where you're like, I don't even know how God is going to restore this. Can God restore this? And God is like, you hear their heart posture changing, right? Because it's like, in your mind, you're like, I never thought they would change their mind. I never seen them going the right way, because they've been going the wrong way for so long. God always told you, and this word is for you. He always told you, do not give up faith. Do not give up hope. Keep praying. Keep being resilient. I promise that I'm going to reconcile you, and I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? And God is like, if I said it, then I'm going to do it. And that's what this is about. It's like he's letting you know. It's like foreshadowing. It's coming to pass. Don't clock the time, because I don't know, but God does. That's why I said take it back to your father. But basically, it's like they reminiscing on how much they loved you, but then they took you for granted because they didn't know that it was real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they felt like it can't be real. This is fake. You know what I'm saying? This love is so strong. It got to be fake. I got to hurry up. Okay, he says, hey, I get it. All I saw was me, but your vision was bigger. Alone on this highway, your spirit, I feel it. I meant it when I said your love was the biggest. You got it. I love you. I gotta eat up over here. This time is out, because this time is up suddenly. Oh, I guess it didn't stop. Either way it goes, they coming home.